This is the Rocking RoadShow, the only show with four bikers, by bikers. Jump on as we talk all things motorcycle, maintenance, accessories, weekly rides, bike nights, and more. With your hosts, Alvie and the 1-3. So kickstands up and let's get rolling.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Rocking RoadShow. As always, I'm Alvie.
And I'm the 1-3.
And some ththings look a little different today.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Well, the long and short of it is this. I'm a little under the weather right now. I woke up with a sore throat, and I don't feel all that great. So I didn't feel like standing up. That's the God's honest truth.
Say hi to my mom. She just joined us. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Anyway.
So the God's honest truth is I didn't feel like standing tonight. So here we are, chilling.
We're sitting on the couch.
Just sitting on the couch.
Actually,
got the motorcycle in the background.
Got a chopper back there, and my mom gave me this couch.
Well, there you go. So. Even better. So, and it, and it's a fitting scene for tonight because we are in fact doing our 20th episode of the Rockin' RoadShow.
Yeah, so we need to be relaxed and chilled. 20 episodes, dude.
20 episodes.
Come on, man.
We're 20 episodes into this thing.
Wow.
That's not to say that we haven't been in this thing for well over a year or so now.
It's been in the works for about a year.
Yeah. So here we are. So welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we'll have some fun tonight.
Yeah.
Just chilling, relaxing.
If not, we'll fall asleep.
Well, that might happen too, but who knows? Tonight's show, we're kind of going to go a little, very similar to last week's show. I think we kind of have a pretty steady theme throughout most of the show. And then we're going to get some of 1-3's tech tips.
We'll get that going a little bit.
In a way. So that'll be cool to kind of bring that back to...
like
to the forefront, like we said we wanted to do.
We said we wanted to do this. In the very beginning, we wanted to bring tech tips to you. We wanted to bring you rides and a whole bunch of other things, accessories. I have stuff in the works for accessories coming up, so
yep.
Stay tuned.
So with that in mind, I want to jump into our first topic that we're going to talk about tonight. And a fitting topic in the sense that every time I turn on the frickin' news, I always see a story about a rider down.
Yeah, I know, man.
We just had one recently. I don't know if you remember the 87-year-old man. They got hit. He passed away.
Oh, man.
He didn't make it. So, and I'm not sure if they've caught the driver or not. But with that, next month, May, is Motorcycle Awareness Month.
Yes.
All motorists are reminded to safely share the road with motorcycles and be extra alert when driving to help keep us safe.
Absolutely.
And keep you safe for that.
I think this goes with motorcyclists as well. We need to be
aware. For sure. No, this is a two-way road for sure.
Yeah.
And again, this being Motorcycle Awareness Month, you should always be reminded to be safe on the road and things
Absolutely.
like that. So
look twice, save a life.
That's right. The Florida Department of Transportation has joined with other federal, state, and local highway safety and law enforcement organizations. And it's basically Motorcycle Awareness Month is a nationwide deal.
Is it really?
It goes all...
I thought that was all like a Florida-based thing.
No, it's actually nationwide. And the reason it's May is because May generally tends to be the first kind of bit of warmer weather in all the northern...
It makes sense.
Northern latitudes and things like that. So people are getting out on the bikes a lot more now.
Yes, Mom, I'll be safe this weekend. That's going towards another thing. We'll let y'all.
So with warmer, like I was just saying, with the warmer weather here, more and more people are out on the roads on motorcycles.
Absolutely.
Drivers of passenger vehicles have to be extra alert. Motorcycles are generally difficult to see. Some people in other vehicles really just don't look for them.
Right, and one of the main causes of an accident, and you hear this from every car that makes a left-hand turn just about, I didn't see him.
I never saw him. Yeah.
I never saw him. It's like, well, dude, didn't you look?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I looked, and then I looked the other way, and then I went.
Yeah.
No, man, you always look back twice. You got to do that looking twice.
Well, and then the other thing to think about here is most people are looking for 2 headlights. They're looking for 4 wheels. They're looking for a truck. They're looking for the bus. They're looking for the 18-wheeler.
Sure.
They're not looking for the small motorcycle or the
headlight.
smart car.
Yeah,
or something small, right? Nobody's looking for
that.
Nobody's looking for anything small.
And when they do see that single headlight, or in my case, I have dual headlights that are really close together.
Yeah.
And I think that they look at that and say, "Oh, that's a car far away."
Yeah.
Okay, there's a light, but it's way down there. It's far away.
Yep.
When in reality, it's right there, man.
It's right up on you. So just some quick little stats here that I found.
Oh yeah.
Pretty crazy. Nearly 600 riders are killed in Florida every year.
Wow.
Now I
That's
don't
sad.
know. Now, granted, a lot of those tend to be alcohol related.
Yeah, they could be bikers. Yeah.
But what it ends up being is,
Hey Brian, how you doing?
the motorcycle deaths account for 1 in 5 of Florida's road fatalities every year.
Wow.
So 1 in 5 fatalities is a motorcycle, and that is comparative to 1 in 10 nationally. So 1 in 10 accidents 1 in 10 fatal accidents in the nation involve a motorcycle.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So with that being said, with the amount of motorcycles that are out there, that motorcycles are 1 in 5 in the state of Florida is pretty staggering. The majority of motorcycle accidents actually involve another vehicle, and it's usually the fault of the other vehicle driver. National statistics show that 3/4 of collisions involve a passenger vehicle. While only 1 in 4 motorcycle accidents involve just the motorcycle. So that's, guys going down, being stupid, wheelies, whatever bumping into each other,
and
whatever.
It could be mechanical.
Could be mechanical, could be things like that.
Flat tires, mechanical issues, whatever the case may be. Because we don't want to come down completely on the guys doing wheelies.
Right.
And I don't want to say the sport bikers, because I have seen Harleys, I've seen baggers do wheelies. So we want to just, stay with that.
Keep everybody
everybody
right?
lumped together,
But it's surprising that 3/4 of motorcycle collisions involve a passenger vehicle. So, it's pretty wild.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. And of course, motorcycle riders are 30 times more likely to be seriously injured or killed in the event of a collision. As opposed to the passengers in a motor vehicle.
Well, yeah, because we don't have the big cage around us, man. That's why you guys in cars are called cages. And just watch out for bikes. Man.
That's it, man. Let's see here. So 1/3 of motor vehicle occupants are injured in a vehicle or injured in a collision. The injury rate for motorcycle riders is 80%. So 80% of riders that are involved in an accident are generally seriously injured or killed. So that's another staggering number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
In this Motorcycle Awareness Month, this doesn't just include people watching out for other people. This includes riders being smart when they're riding. This includes safety equipment. This includes checking your bikes before you go on the road to make sure.
Well, that's what we're talking about, the tech tips and stuff.
Right.
You want a few episodes back, one of the first episodes, we said, hey, if you're going on a ride, every time you go on a ride, check out your bike, man.
Yep.
Check out your bike. Make sure everything's mechanical.
Well, and to throw that back too, I took the bike out 2 weeks ago. And I sent the 1-3 a picture of it. I took off to go check out my house that I have being built.
Yes, Brian, we got to watch out for animals too.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, we've seen that.
But yeah, I was out riding, checking out the my house that's being built, and I stopped, checked the house out, got back on the bike, went somewhere to get some lunch, and when I came out from getting lunch, I noticed that my seat was a little off kilter,
a little skewed.
And the funny thing is I have a rider's backrest, so my backrest goes into the seat.
Right.
So the seat's all one piece, so the seat's not going to really go anywhere.
Good night, Mom.
See ya. So I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So I kind of readjusted the seat and carried on. And I stopped somewhere to get a water or whatever. And when I came back out to the bike, I noticed the seat was messed up again. I'm like, man, what the hell? So I'm like, okay, I must have lost the screw.
Yep.
Nope. I did lose the screw.
Yeah.
I also lost the little housing that the screw goes into to hold the seat on. So
the whole adapter.
So
and
the
everything.
whole thing. So like right now, luckily, like I said, I have that backrest because if I didn't have that backrest, that seat would be all over the place.
I sent you the link to buy a new one.
Yes, I know. You did.
Wait a minute. This is 2 weeks. Did you buy a new one?
I haven't got one yet.
2 weeks.
I know. It's okay.
All right. So
well, but I also look at it and go, okay, I know that I'm not going to be riding in the next probably 2 or 3 weeks, so it's not high on the priority list of things to do. Unlike you, I don't ride every day, so I don't.
It's all right. All right. So getting back to that same story. Over the weekend, this past weekend, I sent my wife and I and a buddy of ours. We went up for a ride. We went up to Bayport Inn.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's awesome.
It's cool, right?
It's a cool little spot. So anyway, we went to Bayport Inn, and we get there. We're getting ready to leave, and we look at her bike. Her seat's the same thing. A damn bolt missing, but her threads are welded. She's got a nut thread welded to the fender.
Yeah.
So she got home. I found her a little 8mm nut. Just put it back in there.
Yeah.
A little Loctite.
Yeah. So anyways, we kind of went off on a tangent there.
Yeah.
But again, check your bikes. Make sure that you're riding good equipment because
Absolutely.
if you're not riding good equipment, it could come back and bite you in the ass, right? So, so the most common, and this doesn't surprise me at all, but the most common collision involving a motorcycle is when a vehicle fails to yield the right of way to a rider.
Oh yeah.
And turns in the path. So
that's like what happened to me.
Making the left-hand turn, car's making a left-hand turn and pulls out in front of you, or you're going down the road, he pulls right in front of you because he never saw you. Whatever the case is, but it's generally because the bike or the vehicle is not giving the right of way to the motorcycle.
Absolutely.
And surprisingly, the second most common is a bike being rear-ended, stoplight,
yes,
so forth and so on.
If you guys have been watching and you saw my post it was like a week or two ago, I posted a Honda Shadow that had been rear-ended, and the whole back seat, the whole seat, the fender, rear fender, everything was flipped up like that. It had to launch the rider. It had to launch him.
Yeah, I mean, I had a buddy of mine years ago that was at a stoplight and was stopped, and a car, I don't know, didn't see him or whatever, slammed on the brakes, rear-ended him, launched him straight up. Bike shot out from underneath him, and he came down and landed on the car.
Oh!
Luckily, and I don't know how, nothing happened to him.
He landed on the car.
Yeah, he jumped up and was like, what the fuck, and checked himself out, make sure he was good. But yeah, the guy got out of the car. He's like, holy shit, dude, I'm so sorry I never saw you. It's like, dude, like...
Yeah, pay attention.
Pay attention, man.
Well, and I know we're going to go one more story about this. Up here on 54, up here by Meadow Point Boulevard, a lady rear-ended a guy on a bagger. He was on a street light, I believe. Ran him over. Not just hit him. Ran the bike and him over.
Jesus Christ.
Broke his leg or something like that. But yeah, that was a bad one. He was at the light, stopped, and she was going through. Don't know if it was texting and driving. Don't know what it was.
More than likely.
But she went right through.
Which they're finally passing a law here in Florida that's going to outlaw texting and driving. So keep that in mind.
There's already the law. They're just making it a priority offense.
They're going to start checking.
Yeah, it's a major offense instead of like a secondary. It's going to be a primary offense.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so it's just give us a wide berth when we're out there, and you don't have to nerf us, right? You don't have to walk. Oh my God, there's a motorcycle! Because the other thing is I don't want people seeing a motorcycle and freaking the fuck out.
No,
and then they get tensed up, and then they don't, and they screw shit up. But just give
some space.
Yeah, just like Dude, treat it like another car is really what it boils down to. Stop, you don't have to do anything differently. It's another vehicle. Don't pull out in front, you wouldn't pull out in front of
semi.
An F-150 driving down the road.
No.
You wouldn't do it. So, again, just kind of keep your head on swivel and don't do stupid shit, right?
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that a good rule of thumb is when you're coming up to a stoplight and you're behind a motorcycle, if you're in a cage, just make sure you can see the entire rear wheel of the bike where it touches the ground.
Yeah.
That gives you a nice little space. It's about a half a car length, maybe almost a full car length.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you a good buffer zone. If you get rear-ended, you're not going to hit the bike. Because that's where a lot of them happen. If chain reaction rear ends, you're going to hit that bike. He's going to get the worst of it.
Yep.
Or me.
Yeah.
Or you.
Or me. So,
or my wife, and I'll be really pissed off if that happens.
So just a couple of things that the Florida Department of Transportation has put out for riders and motorists.
Oh, look, my sister joined now.
Hey, how about that? The whole family's jumping on.
I know, right? And no, I didn't put this out there.
Right?
It's every week. Hey, it's our 20th show. Congratulations.
So some tips, right?
Yes.
Remember that motorcycle, and I think I just said this. Remember that motorcycles have the motorcycle is a vehicle. It has all the rights and privileges of any other vehicle on the road.
Yes.
Always allow motorcyclists a full lane's width. Never try to share a lane with a motorcycle, and vice versa. As a rider, don't share a lane. Don't lane share, and I mean lane split, things like that. I know some places it's legal to do. I know California is one of them.
And my sister lives in California, and she's yes.
So I mean, I've never been a fan of lane splitting. I don't ride a bike that I could lane split on, anyways.
Me neither.
But I don't. I think you're asking for a lot of problems.
Now, one thing that I do believe in, and I think they should make this a legal thing, is filtering. Filtering is when you're at a red light, or you just come up to a red light, and you can actually go around all the vehicles to get in front of the vehicles. So you're at the head of the line. A motorcycle accelerates faster. A motorcycle takes up less room. But a motorcycle, if it gets rear-ended, because most of your accidents are rear-end accidents at stoplights because people don't pay attention.
Right.
So it alleviates that. You don't get that issue because you are now filtered to the front of the line. You're not going to affect anybody in that line unless you're a really slow rider and you're going to take your time anyway. But in that case, just be careful and stay in the back.
Yeah.
Me, I like to get in the front and I like to accelerate and go. Now, it's not, from what I've experienced, it's not really illegal to filter, but it's frowned upon.
Yeah, I mean, I could understand why it would be too.
You can't cross the solid white lines.
Yeah.
You can't cross them. So that's where it gets a little bit different. I will say that I may or may not have filtered going through the turn lane.
Yeah.
Because I'll do that. I'll go up there, and I'll get in front. And what I do is I'll may or may not. I don't want to put myself out. Yeah, I fucking do it.
Yeah. I mean.
Yes. So my sister, she's saying she hates when they cut lanes or splitting. She doesn't like it.
Yeah. And I think most people don't.
Well, I tell you what, when I was in California, I was visiting out there. It scared the shit out of me because all of a sudden you're riding,
yeah.
It's like, what the hell was that?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see him in the mirror. You don't see him coming up.
Well, that's the thing, and I mean, I've driven in rush hour traffic out in L.A. and shit like that, and people, and this doesn't matter. L.A., New York, here, Tampa, Atlanta, whatever. The amount of lane changing that goes on in rush hour traffic, I would never want to be down the middle of a freaking lane.
Oh, hell no.
You're just asking for problems. But yeah, so there you go. Don't share a lane.
Sorry.
Hey, we were just talking. Motorcyclists should never ride between lanes or slow moving or stop traffic. Again, this was put out by Florida Highway Transportation, Department of Transportation. So in Florida, it is illegal to lane split, but in other states you can do that. So that's entirely up to you. My personal opinion on this is you shouldn't lane split. You should just stay where you're at and go with the flow of traffic just like everybody else is doing.
There you go.
Always make a visual check for motorcycles by checking mirrors, blind spots before entering and leaving a lane of traffic at all intersections.
Because I know my sister does that.
Look, and this is something that we encountered firsthand going to Daytona a few months ago.
God.
This is something that I'm super cognizant when I'm driving in my car.
Yep.
About checking my mirrors, blind spots, double checking mirrors and blind spots. And again, it's because I ride a motorcycle, so I'm always looking for a motorcycle. But I mean, when I drive Kim's car, I love her car to death, but I hate that car.
It's got so many blind spots.
It's incredibly bad in blind spots.
Yeah.
And I've been on 75 and go to change lanes and I check everything. I'm good to go. And I'm cutting somebody off because I never saw them.
Man.
And that's how bad these blind spots are. So, especially if you're driving a car that you know have really bad blind spots, be super careful when you're changing.
Yeah, but if you're in a convertible, come on, really?
Well, and I mean, but I will say convertibles with the roofs up are terrible.
Yeah, they have more blind spots.
Oh my God, my mom used to have one. They're terrible.
What I was just saying.
But yeah.
This guy that cut us off, the top was down, and he was just flying. And it doesn't matter anymore. And what's that? My sister says, I'm getting back to lane splitting. Just real quick for 1 second. When the motorcyclists lane split in California, they're only supposed to go 5 miles per hour over the flow of traffic, not the speed limit.
Oh, okay.
So if the traffic's going at 20, they can go 25 to lane split.
Gotcha.
No more. But I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah, that don't happen.
No.
That doesn't happen.
No. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that happens at all. So, motorcyclists should assume that they are invisible to other motorists and operate their motorcycle accordingly. Position yourself to be seen. And I don't think there's anybody that rides a motorcycle that doesn't already do that.
Yeah.
And I mean...
Well, except for new people.
Right. And I'm from the other side of the coin is, I know I'm invisible, so I try to make myself as visible as possible with lights and strobe lights and strobe brake lights and LED lights all over my bike. Like, you could see me coming down the street.
Yeah.
My bike is loud, and I mean loud in color and lights. Like it's really.
Well, your exhaust is loud.
But again, I still ride like I'm invisible, and
Absolutely.
I'm when I come up to a when I'm on the highway and there's 2 lanes coming this way that have stop signs, I'm always like,
is it gonna go?
I'm watching the car because I don't know if I've told this story on the air or not, but about a year ago, I was driving to my parents' house and I was on 92.
Right.
And I was coming off of I-4 at exit 10, getting onto 92, and the way that road works there is there's a 2-lane left turn, 2 lanes of left turn.
Right.
And those 2 lanes then merge into one. Okay. Well, 99.9999% of the time, if I'm in the front and I'm in that right-hand lane or left-hand lane, I'm gassing it to get in front of everybody, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't know what was. Maybe I was jamming to music. I don't know what it was. This day, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to kind of leisurely go into it. Woo. And there was a Mercedes next to me. He got in front of me, and I fell in behind him. We're cruising down 92, and it's a 45, 50 mile an hour road.
Right.
And we're coming up to an intersection. We don't have, it's just straight shot for us. Is a T intersection stop sign, and there's a car sitting there, and I notice. I could see it, and I'm looking at it. I'm a good distance away, but I'm looking at the car, and I can see the wheels kind of start to creep,
yeah.
And I'm like, shit. So I actually start slowing down because I'm like,
hey, Tom, how you doing?
Hey, Tom, what's up, bud? I know she's going.
Oh, yeah.
And sure as shit, there was a car coming this way, and as soon as that car went past her, she pulled out in front, and in front of that Mercedes in front of me, just boom.
T-bone.
Car went all the way up. And I I mean, I saw it happen. I knew it was going to happen. So I pull off the side of the road. It was a female in the other car. That car got like 360'd over the other side.
Oh.
Guy in the Mercedes was all messed up. Luckily, everybody was okay. Airbags and all that shit went off. But yeah, I mean, and like fucking heart's going like crazy because I'm like, all I can think of is 99.9999% of the time I would have been the Mercedes.
Yep, you'd have been in front.
And I would have. I wouldn't have been here because I wasn't wearing a helmet. I was, I was just
prior.
cruising.
Yeah, that was before you started wearing your helmet all the time. Yeah.
So there you go. Blah 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 blah.
That's funny. I lost my place.
Yeah, I know, right? This is kind of a dumb one, but and this happens when you're in a car too. Don't be fooled by a turn signal. Like if somebody has a turn signal on, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going in, that they're going to turn, that they're doing anything.
Crazy. Hello, Terry. That's my well, it's my ex stepmom. How do you say that? I'll just say stepmom. How you doing, Terry?
Yeah, be aware. Like so I see what this is saying. So for motorists out there, don't be fooled by a flashing turn signal. Be aware that motorcycle signals, sometimes they don't have self-canceling turn signals.
Yep.
So you can make a right-hand turn and the rider could forget to turn it off and he could be cruising down the road with
not know
it's on.
Yeah.
Because unlike a car, when you're in a car, you hear the tick, 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 tick. You don't have that on a bike.
You don't have that.
You just have the little light that's flashing, but sometimes you're not. It just doesn't jump out.
If the sun's out, you don't see that shit.
Luckily, the bikes we ride have those self-canceling.
Those self-cancel after so far.
After so long.
I think it's when you accelerate as well. If it's been on for a while and you accelerate, I think it can.
So just wait. Just if you see the signal, just kind of make sure that he's not trying to go anywhere. And generally, if a motorcyclist is gonna make a lane change or whatever, he's gonna look about 18 million times to make sure that there's nobody behind him.
Love you too, Debbie, and have a good day. Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching, by the way.
And then, of course, allow sufficient space between you and the motorcycle.
Yes.
Allow sufficient space between you and another vehicle. It doesn't have to be a motorcycle.
Because I will tell you what.
Don't tailgate.
Oh my gosh, I hate it when they do that. They ride. I'll put my hand back and tell them, hey, back off a little, and I ask them because if I see your whole front end in my mirror, you're right on my ass.
Yeah, that's where the BBs come into play.
We don't do that.
Maybe
glass marbles.
And of course, just like everybody else, motorcyclists should know and obey all traffic laws. Be alert of other drivers, never drink and ride, and always wear your protective gear.
Absolutely.
So there you go. From Florida Department of Highway Safety to you guys, from us. That's what we're talking about.
You can take most of that to any state.
Absolutely, and you can take that to be. I mean, that's kind of driver's ed 101 right there, right?
Yeah.
Just really basic stuff here, guys. The big thing to take away from here is just realize that it's getting nicer out. It's not necessarily an issue here in Florida because it's always riding season. But but for those of you guys listening and watching us up north,
we got
things
Maine
like that,
and all that up here.
Just realize it's starting to get warm, so you're going to start seeing more bikes out, and just be courteous, right? Just take an extra second, and like the 1-3 said earlier, look twice. It doesn't hurt anything. Look left, look right, look left again, and then go. Okay?
As long as it's safe.
As long as there's nobody coming, right?
Yeah. I was going to say something. Damn, I can't remember. Something about all that, too.
So closing that out, right? I think 1-3 already said this, right? All too often after a crash, drivers of other vehicles involved say that they never saw the motorcyclist and were unable to respond in time. This is not an excuse. Too many lives are being lost. The message to all drivers is make this the first year in recent years when motorcycle fatalities do not increase. Remember that May is Motorcycle Safety Month. Do your part. Share the road with motorcycles.
Absolutely. Riding season is here. You said that. I'm going to say it. We'll say it again. We'll say it probably before the show ends again.
Yeah.
Riding season is here. For everybody up north, they're starting to get out. There's no snow on the ground. There's no ice. Let's pay attention. Drive safe. Ride. Be aware. be aware of us bikers.
Absolutely.
And us bikers are
aware of you guys as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so springboarding from motorcycle safety and keeping your eyes out for everybody. You threw me this article today, I think it was. We're going to talk about yet another motorcycle fatality here in the state of Florida and here in Tampa. This involves a member of the Outlaw MC. His name is Mike Tapp. Mike Tapp was riding on Dale Mabry heading north, and a car basically made a left-hand turn, didn't see him, and to avoid the collision, Mike laid the bike down. Braked hard, lost control, bike went down. It threw him and the passenger off the bike. Mike died on the scene, and the passenger, who was his longtime girlfriend, was seriously injured. Of course, the driver did not stop. Florida Highway Patrol is looking for the person who was behind the wheel. Now, this is a super interesting case in the fact that there was not an accident per se.
Right.
The bike didn't hit the car didn't hit the bike.
However,
it was just the car did in fact cause an accident.
Yes, there you go.
And then of course, you go to I don't know what, it doesn't say what time this was. Could have been at night. Obviously, the person probably never saw the motorcycle, so probably has no idea that they even did anything.
Or that person was under the influence of
Sure.
something.
I mean, there's a lot of things here. But
and we're not saying they were.
Right, we're not saying that they were. And it's like I said, it's just kind of an interesting thing because there was actually, the only accident per se was
the biker.
The bike going down. But it is, in fact, the car is what caused the accident.
Yep.
So a friend of the couple by the name of Andrew Mora, I don't know if he's related to the MC or not, but he's offering a $2,000 reward for information leading to the identification of the driver. He basically comes out and says if Tapp was around, his friends say that he would light up Facebook with a reward offer. Yeah. Determined to do his part for members of the biker family. He was 49 years old. He was a father of 3. And he was had his longtime girlfriend, longtime partner. She was 46, Kimberly Mead. She's still in the hospital. I don't know what she has going on, but they say Mike was a stand-up dude. He was a pillar to the community.
Right.
He rode a street glide, which was what he was on during the accident.
Hey, Sandy.
They call him Boston Mike because he was from
the Boston area.
The Boston area. And he had lived down here for many years.
Right.
He was a proud member of the American Outlaw Association, one of the biggest motorcycle clubs in the country. Even though law enforcement says that they are a criminal gang, Tapp was far from a menace to society. He was in the club for camaraderie and shared a passion for riding, just like most of those guys.
Right on. You know what? And that's what I look at it.
Yep.
They're there because. Number one, they were probably military. That's the way most of us started. That's how most of us get into clubs. You're either military or you've been in something to where you needed a family around you. And believe it or not, that is a family. You're all brothers.
Yep, absolutely.
It's a really tight knit.
Absolutely. So yeah, let's see here. He worked a variety of jobs. This is funny. He fueled airplanes at a local airport. I don't know what airport or any,
wow.
And when I read that I was like Tapp, I don't, it doesn't ring a bell, but I may have run into him at some point in time
because
in my travels. So
you've been in
I've flown out of several different airports in the Tampa Bay area as a home base airport. So it's very, very possible that I've bounced
probably
into
did
him somewhere.
Just you wouldn't recognize him unless you
Let's see here. On the night of the crash, they were riding north on Dale Mabry when a driver of a small, light-colored sedan heading south turned across their path, heading east on West Idlewood Avenue, just north of Bill Curry Ford. Troopers released footage of the crash caught by surveillance camera at the Volvo dealership, but the camera was too far away to determine the make and model of the car.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's by Idlewild. Mm-hmm. That's what that is, yeah.
Yep, so they say you can clearly see the action of the car caused the crash, even though they did not collide. It's unclear what, if anything, the driver would be charged with if identified. However, troopers would have to confer with the Hillsborough State Attorney's Office to figure that out.
Yeah, if they even charge them. They may not. They just may want to know, hey, what's going on, what happened, and let them know that, hey, you caused the death of this guy. And I don't know that I would want that.
Yeah, I know, right? So Mora said he's reaching out to everybody. If anybody knows the driver, it's really hard to determine who the driver is, but if anybody knows, please talk to him. Tell them what happened. Maybe they'll come forward. He's hoping that the reward will provide us an incentive to somebody that may know something.
Absolutely.
And he says that they probably never will have any closure on it. So the only thing we can possibly have is some form of justice if it's possible. So there, I mean, and really the only reason I'm bringing this up is yet again, you open up the newspaper, you open up, I go to Google motorcycle news and look on that. If you could do that right now, and you'll see the first probably 4 or 5 things that pop up are motorcycle accident fatalities. Yep. Another one, I don't know if anybody watches Storage Wars.
Yes. Oh.
The one of the guys.
Weiss.
Barry.
Barry Weiss.
Barry Weiss. He's the really eccentric older guy, glasses, kind of like I don't know, like an old skater. Really, is what he. But he was just in a really, really bad motorcycle accident. He's in some pretty bad shape as well. So, so again, motorcycle safety, everything else, it's just kind of being.
So that's where the show's going today.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, so we'll leave it at that. It's just it is what it is. I just thought with motorcycle safety and motorcycle awareness, we should bring up something like that.
Absolutely.
Another thing the 1-3 brought to me today, which was an interesting idea, and I want him to kind of go with it, is the Cain Foundation.
The Cain Foundation, Caane, and I can't recall what Cain stands for. I apologize for that.
I think it was just a play on his name. On his name, yeah.
I think his last name was Cain.
His last name was Cain.
Basically, what he does is I don't have his name in my head. You got all the information there. I apologize for this.
I put him on the spot.
You did. I kind of briefly went over this, to be honest with you, and I thought, oh, this is a cool story. This would be really cool to put out there. What he does is he takes riding gear from riders, used riding, gently used, not anything that's been, abused, torn up. Hey, this has been in an accident, but it still has one good pad. He doesn't take that. He's got a lot of race leathers, a lot of stuff like that, race boots and stuff. So it looks like he was gearing more towards racers at the time, but he's also accepted, the Johnny Rocket, was it the Rocket?
Yeah, I mean, it's got
Alpine Star, all these jackets and gloves. He
helmets.
wants riding gear for the people that are less fortunate or that don't have the money that can afford to purchase these. These are high dollar items.
Yeah.
I mean, they're, but we want everyone to be safe. So he accepts the donations. He asks for donations. So if you have riding gear, if you have gloves that, maybe you bought them brand new, they don't fit you, and you're going, God damn, I wish I could do something. I don't want to throw them away. Give them to this guy.
Yeah.
The Cain Foundation. We'll throw all his information up on the screen here later. We'll put it out there, and that way we can help get it to you. And if you need to, if you don't know how to get it to him, you don't want to get it to him, you want to get it to me or to Alvie.
Yeah, we'll definitely
take
forward
it. We will absolutely get this stuff to him, because you can meet us easier than you can probably meet him.
Probably, yeah.
It's awesome. I really like what he's got going on, and I know there's some other stuff in there that I did not.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit it right there. So if I remember correctly, I think his name is Chris Cain.
Chris Cain, is
he's actually he's not around anymore. He passed away.
Oh, that was
he passed away due to a motorcycle accident, I believe. Somebody that he knows started this and is doing
the Cain Foundation.
Doing the Cain Foundation in his name to try and provide all this stuff.
Gotcha. See, I missed that. I don't know.
But and I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure that the guy Mr. Cain isn't around anymore. But
I'm gonna look.
Like 1-3 said, the mission of the foundation is to provide novice motorcycle enthusiasts with the fundamentals and tools to become safe riders. providing less fortunate riders with proper safety equipment. This was, I think, was a really cool one. Pairing riders with experienced riders to help educate them and provide proper riding etiquette that they can in turn pass on to their peers. Organization and structure of continued rider education in the form of safety training, track days, etc. Rider safety is obviously a top priority. We understand that no matter what protection you choose to wear, injury or death is still a risk, and we all accept that when we decide to ride a motorcycle. Proper riding protection is primarily about damage limitation and survival assistance. The hard truth is that proper gear and rider knowledge can mean the difference from having a slight mishap and being able to brush yourself off and continue on to an ambulance or helicopter transport, extended ER stays, skin graft, physical therapy, rehab, home, all that stuff. So, this guy in the foundation wants riders that are new to the community to be aware that there is a support group ready to welcome them in and help guide them in the right direction. With our dedication and ability to change the mentality of motorcycling in general, we can make a statistical difference in the number of fatalities and injuries, serious injury occurrences beginning right here at home and eventually spreading this worldwide. So, a very cool idea.
Okay, I did find a little bit of information. Yes, Chris Hurricane Kane. It does look like he is deceased at this time. I'm looking at this. It says, always remember Chris Hurricane Kane. Nothing, this is a quote from him. Nothing is so bad that we cannot be happy and smile and love those around us. Life can be taken so sudden. Chris Kane. Please lead all the fallen riders to never-ending curves in the sky. That's pretty cool. For those of you that want to donate and contribute, I did find something. I'm sorry that I'm reading this on my phone right now, and you're looking at me, look at my phone, look at you. Okay. The Kane Foundation, that's CAANE Foundation at gmail.com. You can go to their PayPal account. You can go... It just says monetary donations right there. It doesn't say where else to send anything. But yeah, so... If you want to donate like that, or if you want to donate gear, I prefer, donate both. But yeah, hey, we're always trying to help everybody else, and this also helps fallen riders. And I don't know about you, but me, I've actually laid my bike down before and ended up with road rash. I didn't have any gear on. That's the 13 staples. Okay, I didn't have a helmet, didn't have any gear. I was wearing a t-shirt. Road rash
Flip flops.
No, I did have steel-toed shoes on.
Well, that's good.
Still broke my foot anyway.
There you go.
But road rash is nothing to sneeze about, and I didn't even hit the ground. I hit grass.
Yeah.
And I got road rash so bad. It was. I tell you what, my daughter. She said that was the worst time in her life because she actually watched me cry from pain. It was so severe. The night my wife took off my bandages the first night, that I told her, okay, get the razor, shave the hair off my back. She goes, you don't have any. I said, yes, I do. Shave it off. Take it all off. I mean, whatever little bit of things were there, take it all off.
Yeah.
And she's like, but I got to go over your sores. I said, I don't care. I'm already in that much pain that it's numb. Just shave that. Just shave it off. Just take it off. Hey, Fred, how you doing? This is a childhood friend right there.
Hey, Freddie, what's up, man?
Oh my gosh, my sister's there.
Everybody, dude.
Well, my sister's gone.
Little
Mom's back.
little family reunion.
I know, this is crazy cool, man. I'm digging it. I guess everybody heard it was our 20th show. And
I love it, man.
And so my family's all kicking in there. I appreciate that. Fred, gosh, my childhood friend, man. That's awesome.
All right.
Wow. So, we're going somewhere now.
Let's go. So
to this?
Yeah, the 1-3 came to me. I was going to throw your tech tip deal up here, but
throw it up there.
But we swapped cameras, so now it's just my ugly mug in front of everybody.
Oh, like that one?
Like that one. So we'll just go back here, and we'll just go. There you go. All right. So we're gonna let's kind of lead into this. So
Okay.
we've got Leesburg coming up this weekend.
Right, we got Leesburg coming up, and next week I'm going. And this is real quick why I said Leesburg, and you said Leesburg, and I got away from it real quick because last week we said, hey, look, we're going on a trip.
Yeah.
Okay, and so next weekend, actually Thursday through Monday, I'm going to go on my trip with my buddy Paul and his brother Bob, who actually was neighbors with Fred, next door neighbors. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I'm going on a trip. We're going through Florida up to Georgia and do some covered bridge stuff. And when I was thinking about this, I'm like, you know what? When you ride, a lot of people, you got to pack for this ride, right?
Yep.
So I thought about something. You know what? Preparing for a long ride. What do you do to prepare for a long ride? I ride a bagger.
Yep.
My bagger only has two small bags, so I gotta pretty much store just a little bit of stuff and to make sure what I put in there is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of last night I went online and you're gonna have to excuse me. I'm gonna kind of look down. I'm gonna read a little, talk a little, and do this. But I wrote up some things to prepare for a road trip. Basically, is what this is. This is prepare yourself for a road trip. And my glasses are going on, so you see my old man glasses. Oh, God.
And now they're dirty.
Now they're dirty because I touched them. But what I'm looking at doing is, you know what? Try to give you all some information. Try to get some information. This should take probably about 10, 15 minutes. Hey, it's not a long thing. So
Jesus.
I know, right?
So settle in.
I'm sitting on the couch.
Story time with the 1-3.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the couch. My feet don't reach the fucking ground. I'm looking at Alvie, and he's like, his legs are out, and I'm like, well, my legs sticking straight out off the couch. What the hell, man? This is ridiculous.
He's short, by the way.
I am a little short. Okay, I can't help it. All right, so everybody knows that very few things that are out there actually beat a long ride on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I don't care. If you've never ridden, you don't know. But very few things beat that.
Yeah.
So, I would like to ride all the time. I would just like to go. But you know what? I can't afford that shit. I'm not like independently wealthy.
Right.
I got
I don't have sponsors that I can do that. Yeah.
Ride cross country. I love that shit.
Yep.
But hey, I can't do it, so I got to do it on a budget. Do it short time, short trips at a time. And this next trip, I don't have how many miles it is yet, but I'm going to calculate all that out. I'm going to figure it out, and we'll see what's going on. So what I want you to do is, I want you to bear with me while I read this. So I have to stick to a budget, okay? I got to cover my supplies, my food, my gas, accommodations, because we are going to stay in hotels. And it's just, holy crap, all this stuff I got to put on my bike because I need rain gear. I need jackets because I'm going to Georgia. It's going to be cold. We're going to be in the mountains. Yeah. So I really, this is like crazy.
You need clothes for 3 or 4 days.
And I have to stretch my storage space out. I am bringing a bag that's going to go on the back of my bike with the 2 saddle bags. But that's it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what
it's all about packing light. And I always one of the things I like to do when I do these long rides is I found a deal called the Ranger Roll. Have you ever heard of the Ranger Roll?
The Ranger Roll?
Yeah. It's how you pack clothes.
Oh, the roll. Yes.
Yeah.
Roll. I thought you said rule.
Oh, no, the roll.
Yes, so, yes, that's how I do it. I roll things.
Take your jeans. And I do this every time I go on a long trip on a bike. Jeans, underwear, shirt, socks.
Roll it all up.
Roll it all up.
That
you
is
get
one
thing about yay big.
Yep.
And then, it's perfect because it just fits anywhere. I can pack for about a week.
Yeah.
Just in my saddle bags.
And this is a good way to stretch your storage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great way to stretch your storage. And don't forget, you also have to have a budget. Okay. So now you got a budget on everything, and you got to be a little bit resourceful. You got to plan. You got to pack light. You got to do all kinds of crazy things. For people that have sport bikes, I feel bad for you.
I don't know how you can do a long ride on a sport bike.
backpacks.
I mean, people do it. The trailer, the T trailer.
You got the trailer. You got backpacks, and I have seen people with backpacks. They'll put backpacks, and then they'll put a tank.
Yeah, tank bag.
I was actually speaking to a guy at work today, and he did what was called a camping pack. So it's a little bit more rigid. It's narrow. He put it on his back, filled it up. He even had cookware in there, which was kind of cool because he was camping.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a pillow inside his tank bag. Now, he's got a sport bike, so he would ride like this, but his belly would be on that pillow, and he'd be, like, comfortable, get off the bike after 4 or 5 hours, and he was, like, all ready to go, and his buddies were all stretching and going, oh, my back, because they're all leaned over.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's awesome.
So we'll get back to this. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to figure out how much you're going to spend, how much you want to spend. Set the budget. Set your budget, and you want to have kind of an idea of how much. You can't have a hard number because the hard number.
Oh, you're always gonna. You're always gonna go over the number you planned. It doesn't matter what you do.
You're gonna go over it, and you want to expenses.
Yep.
You got so figure out your gas, figure out lodging, figure out any extras that you may need to purchase. You just got to do a good little planning. All right. Then you got to kind of knock out some of the easy stuff, which is plan your route. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, that is not easy. Planning a route sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, my wife's on now. Shit. Awesome. Hey, honey, how you doing? So you want to plan a route, and you want it to be detailed.
Yeah.
You want it to be as detailed as possible so that you can get a good estimate on your expenses.
And I'll say this too. I don't know if you guys are using it or if you guys have used it, but Harley Davidson actually has a really good ride planner.
Do they?
Yes, it's phenomenal.
I'll have to check into that.
I say ride planner. It doesn't do like budgeting and things like that. But if you want to plan out a route,
right?
It's awesome, dude. Like it's a map. So you put in your starting address,
right?
You put in your ending address, and then it'll draw a line. It'll draw the map, and then you can go over to the side and say you want to avoid highways, you want to avoid tolls, you want to avoid unpaved roads, yada. You put all that stuff in there, and then it'll draw out a new route, right?
Okay.
And then you can go within that route, and you can drag the route over to say you don't want to, say this road sucks because you've been on it before,
right?
So you can take it, drag it over. Hey, I want to take this road instead, or I want to go from here to here, and then I want to stop at the biggest ball of twine or whatever, right? So you can type that in, it'll put a secondary spot. Oh, okay. So you can do your whole ride,
zigzag around there,
paint it all out, and then you save it. And I wish we were sponsored by Harley, but we're not. But anyways, you download the Harley Davidson ride app,
right? And
then you open it up, open the maps, and your ride is on your phone. Put it on there, put it on your phone holder, and now you have a GPS for your whole ride.
Oh, you mean your Zero 3D phone holder?
Exactly.
No, we're not sponsored by Zero 3D either, although we'd like to if you all want us to.
But I'll tell you, I use that Harley Davidson ride planner all the time. When for the ride to Daytona, for the rides around Daytona, like all that, it's all in there.
So I'm gonna have to download that app.
It's phenomenal. It's really good.
Oh,
the only thing that sucks about it is you have to do the planning on a computer. You can't go on the app and do it.
Can't go on the app, so you have to do it on the computer.
Yep.
All right, well, that's cool. All right, so, with that being said, now that you have the route planned,
mm-hmm.
know how many miles you're going, know how many miles your bike can go,
mm-hmm.
and that'll give you a fair estimate of what you're going to spend on gas.
Yep.
Right? There and then back, unless you take a different route back. But you know what? Figure it out, the length as long as you can, the longest route, and then come back. You're going to do all these curvies. That's going to give you a good, fair estimate.
Yep.
If you do it both ways, because you're coming back as fast as you can coming down the highway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just going to happen, okay? Also, with the budgeting there, decide where you're going to stay, a hotel, a motel, a bed and breakfast. If you're camping, I know I was going to go. I was so going to say that. Hotel. Anyway, we can't. So
we're not old.
No. figure out where you're going to go, where you're going to stay. If it's going to be camping, make sure you set all that stuff up.
You got gear up and everything.
Make sure you do your reservations ahead of time. Or if you know that there's nothing going on in that area and nothing happens, quite often in that area, you're going out in the middle of nowhere and they're not going to be booked up. You want to take that chance.
Yeah.
You can always find a hotel. I'm serious, man. We went on a ride last year, pretty much in Georgia, the same thing, but we did a waterfall ride, which I'll have to plan that out. I'll show you all that later. You want to make reservations. I did, because we're going to go to Thunder Beach, which is in Panama. That's our first stop. So we're going to leave here. We're going up the river, hit Thunder Beach, about 6 hours away. And we got a hotel. We were lucky to get a good, we're right on the beach. So we'll stay there for Thursday night and Friday morning, head to Georgia. All right, so you get all that stuff. You figure it out. When you do this, like I'm going with a friend, go with multiple riders, man. Split the cost.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you're not really going to split the cost on gas unless you're... dude, I'm carrying all your shit. You got a sport bike rider over there, but you have a little room in your bag. Yeah. All right, he can throw you a couple bucks for gas. Or rental of the seat. Yeah. Anyway, if you go with them, you split it, it makes it so much better. And also something else that I was thinking about when you do this, any tools you might need for the trip, you might need spare. I don't know how old your bike is, what you got. Maybe you need a spare part or two. Something's falling off it a lot, like a little screw for a seat.
Yep.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Maybe bring a spare one.
Maybe bring a spare.
So you get all that crap and you get it done, and you make enough of your cargo space so that you can fit all your clothes and shit in there and everything, right?
Right.
So now what you're going to do is make a list. And when I say a list, I mean you want to make a list of everything you're taking. Now you want to make sure that you really want this list. You want to make sure there's 3 things, and I'm going to look at my paper because I got to figure out the way I did this. Number 1, is it actually necessary? Okay, really? I mean, is it necessary to bring that Humandoomie you got right there, bro? All right. Number 2, if it needs to be purchased, okay? If it needs to be purchased, does the cost fit into your budget? Because this might be already going, all right, I have X amount of money, and I need to buy this $50 part. Now I have X amount of money minus the $50.
Right.
Okay? Unless you can take it out of another budget. It's one of those things. And the third thing is does it fit in my luggage? Okay? So do I need to take this item? Is it going to fit in my luggage with everything else? Be it the backpack, saddlebags, whatever you have for luggage. If you meet all 3 of those items, take the bitch with you. There it is, man.
Yeah.
If you don't meet all 3 of those items, you don't need it. You don't need it. Because it's probably one of those things that, man, it'd be nice to have this, but So, it can be very tempting to bring everything with you. And to use a plumbing phrase, you want everything including the kitchen sink? No. Right. Dude, you don't need the kitchen sink. No. So, it is important to be resourceful, all right, with what you have and what you put. You can cut costs on gear, supplies, some luggage if you have to buy new luggage. I prefer not to. I have what I have. And I know everybody has some kind of overnight bag. You can take that with you and throw, what really works really well. If it's not waterproof, wrap a garbage bag, a lightweight kitchen garbage bag around it. They're waterproof.
Yeah.
I mean, although sometimes my garbage can gets wet because it leaks out the bottom. But hey, for the most part, it's waterproof.
Or you get a little poncho. You can buy a $1 poncho.
$1 poncho.
At Walmart.
Hell yeah, you can roll that bitch. Hell yeah, that'll do it. I mean, here's the other thing: you don't have to buy new gear. You don't have to buy new gear. You don't if you have rain gear or some people, and I will say I don't like to do it, but some people say, hey, look, these clothes that I'm wearing, this jacket that I have, the jeans I have on, and my boots, they're all waterproof to a point. My jeans, oh, well, it doesn't matter to me. I'll ride in the rain anyway because it doesn't hurt. Me, I like to keep everything I wear dry because I don't like wet socks, wet underwear, and a wet shirt.
I hate being wet, dude.
So, if you ever wanted to torture me, waterboarding, Chinese
water
torture.
The reality of that, too, is think about it this way. If you're on a, if you're on a, like your guys' ride, you're going to Panama for the first day, right? Panama City. 6 hours, 7-hour ride.
Do I want to be wet that long?
Do you want? Yeah. So say you jump on the bikes and you're heading out of Tampa, and 30 minutes out of Tampa, fucking downpour, and now you're gonna stay wet from 30 minutes out of Tampa all the way to dude. Man. There's nothing worse than being wet on a motorcycle. I don't care.
Hey Sam, how are you?
That shit sucks, man.
Oh, it does. It does. So get the rain gear. I prefer the rain gear. I actually have, even though my boots are waterproof, I actually have
I like
the covers that go over my boots as well.
Yep.
And the reason I do that is because, hey, it says it's waterproof, but that leather does get wet.
Oh, yeah.
And it will get soaked in.
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure you have stuff like that. Food. Make sure you have space in your bags for water. I mean, you can stop at the gas station like I do, and it's wrong. Believe it or not, I go against my rules on this. I stop at the gas station. Don't do it. Just bring a couple bottles of water with you. You buy them $4 for $24 anyway. So bring a couple bottles of water. Stay hydrated. Bring some high protein snacks with you, whatever it may be. And then while you're on the trip, you don't have to stop at a diner. You don't have to stop at Wendy's. You don't have to stop at the grocery store. That's when you get up to your hotel.
Yeah, when you're done. Yep.
So, make sure you bring stuff. All right, so now I'm getting to this part where it's I kind of split this thing up. We got motorcycle luggage can be expensive, but it can be. But you know what? I already passed all that. Get a backpack, a messenger bag, whatever you got, you can use that. You can secure your luggage with bungee cords, and I don't need that. I already, I had to make myself notes because I don't remember everything, and this is actually 4 pages of freaking notes. Ask Alvie, I gave it to him too. So, all right. So, one of the biggest things I got here is there's no need to spend extra money on travel size toothpaste, bars of soap, mouthwash, all that stuff, because you go to the dollar store, you get these little kits. They got like 4 or 5 empty bottles in there for $1. You take the jumbo size shit you got at the house, you put it in there, and then you're golden. It's done.
You know what I do and I say this just because I travel for a living.
True.
There's soap at the hotel.
There is soap at the hotel.
Done. Now, if you're sharing a room with another guy or whatever, you might want to get another bar of soap,
but you can ask for that.
But you can ask for it. But that's what I don't travel with my own soap. I stay at a hotel. They've got soap. I'm good to go.
To be honest, a
lot of times, and not to cut you off, but a lot of times you can forego even toothbrush, toothpaste, razors, everything else because you can they have complimentary toothbrush, toothpaste at the hotel as well.
Right, unless you're camping.
Well, right. If you're going camping, well, then you got to do something.
So we're gonna kind of gear this towards the camper guys as well.
Gotcha.
Because of that. But great point because I use their shampoo.
Yeah, always.
I always use the shampoo for my hair and my body, and that's what I use.
Yep.
I don't use their bar soap because I don't like to see squigglies hanging on it. Like, oh, dude.
That's what washcloths are for.
Yeah, no. See, whatever, bro. Hey, Chuck Bell, how you doing, brother? So, anyway, you put that stuff in the Ziploc bag, But it makes sense. You already purchased all this.
Yeah, you've already got it.
Just squirt a little bit.
That's what Kim does when we go somewhere. She always has.
Well, actually, I have a blue set, and my wife has a pink set, and we do it here as well. And that's where this came from.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. I always put everything in a Ziploc. I do have a spare toothbrush because I always bring a spare toothbrush wherever I go. I like mine. I don't like the hotel ones. They're too crazy. So I bring my own toothbrush. Here again, when it comes to packing, please be efficient. Don't procrastinate and don't do all your packing in the last minute. In other words, don't do it the night before like I normally do.
I always do it the night before or the morning of.
It sucks, I know. But we're going to Leesburg for a couple of days. Saturday, and so I have one more day to pack.
There you go.
For Leesburg. So anyway, oh yeah, consider doing a trial run of packing, and that's basically what my Leesburg run is. I'm doing a trial run for the big trip.
One. Yeah.
You want to make sure you can fit everything that you want to take or need to take into your luggage. Even if you're not going anywhere right then, just pack it in there, see how it looks, see how it feels, ride around the block, whatever, and make sure that everything's good and stable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just one of the things. You want to make sure everything fits. All right, so the final area where I would save is on food. However, this is where I would save the most money, but I don't go for this because I do stop at the gas stations and buy shit like that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you what you should be doing. You should be bringing like compact, energy dense food that won't spoil, summer sauces, hard cheeses, jerky, trail mix, stuff like that. Don't buy snacks at gas stations like I do. It's even if you look, put in parentheses
like I do.
Like I do. You want to bring water. So we're going back to that. When you get to your destination, go to the freaking Publix nearby, whatever the hell it is. Now you stock up on your food. If you're camping, you stock up on your food there. Then you can actually cook or do whatever, make your sandwiches or however you want to do it.
Yeah.
I have this really bad feeling that shit ain't gonna happen with me. We're gonna be eating at restaurants. We're gonna be. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Yeah. So minimizing your gear is crucial when it comes to packing light and staying under budget. Versatile pieces like a jacket, helmet, and virtually anything the road throws at you will be fine if you jacket and helmet. This is where we're going with the gear. So I already spoke about that. I'm sorry that I'm like skipping over things, but rain suits, I prefer it. Please bring rain gear. Lastly, this is a big one. Make sure to service your vehicle, your bike. Somebody run out of clutch fluid. I don't know who that was. We're not going to say any names. But, seat falling off.
Yeah.
Okay. Battery going dead. Yeah. Okay. So make sure you service your bike, get your oil changed, get all your fluids topped off, make sure it's running good, and everything is good because nothing will kill a trip like a breakdown.
Yep.
Yeah, breakdown and your trip's just so fucked.
You're done. Everybody's gone.
Yeah, everybody else leaves you.
You get the tow truck, the AAA, back to the house.
Oh God, and not to mention, it'll obliterate your budget. You already set for your plan for this much money.
Yep.
And then you went to this much money.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing fantastic, Chuck. That's awesome. Oh yes. So now when you get back, this is something that I just started doing, and it's not like when we went to Daytona. I wanted to figure out how much, and we didn't spend near as much as we thought we were going to spend.
Yeah.
So the Daytona trip actually worked out as a positive.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed in the positive on that, which is awesome.
Yeah,
it's so awesome. Now, in terms of financially, are we in the black or the red? Black, right?
Black, if you're good.
You're in the black. So we were in the black. Yeah, because red's bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to perform some kind of post-trip analysis. Figure out, hey, did I overspend? Was I able to cut further costs? Could I have cut something else out of there? Hey, look, I packed that shit and I never used it.
Yeah.
That's
a big one right there.
So did I forget something crucial that it could have ruined the trip, but it didn't?
Yeah.
You were lucky. You'll learn over time what the do's and don'ts, what you need, what you don't need, and what you're willing to deal with when it comes to mechanical issues and the elements, okay? You won't get 100% of it right the first time, and you know what?
You probably never will get it 100% right. Yeah.
You never will. So, you know what? With smart budgeting planning, though, you'll be able to ride far and wide and barely spend time beyond the gas that it takes to get you there. All right. That's my little thing for today. And I told you all that I was going to change things a little bit and I was going to bring some stuff out. And this is leading up to it. I did some work on my bike. I did not video it. So I might have to take the bike apart so I can video
You're going to pull it apart because I'm going to come over and videotape you doing it.
Yeah, so hey, you might want to come over tomorrow then. Tomorrow afternoon.
I won't be here tomorrow.
Yeah, you're out. So, well, I have some parts that are supposed to be arriving according to USPS on my phone. It says it will be arriving tomorrow, and these are going to be pretty radical. It's awesome, man. I'll just say air ride.
Oh, you got the air ride coming in.
Yeah.
So there you go. Tech tips with the 1-3. I didn't have your tech tip window.
We don't worry about that.
We'll fix that later. But again, right? It's brought to you by technical difficulties. So there you go. Tech tips with the 1-3. That was super informative.
I
There's a
thought
lot there.
It was a little bit long. We went over actually.
That's all right. It's okay. We don't have anybody up against us. So.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, man, super informative, and definitely, it's funny when you start thinking about all that stuff and you start actually planning trips out. It's funny when you start adding all that stuff together, and you start. I mean, we've all been there. You start packing shit for a trip, and the bag keeps getting fuller and fuller, and then you just go,
"Holy shit!
Do we really need this shit?" We're just going for 3 days or whatever the case is.
Yeah. Well, and when I started researching and writing this stuff up, I was like, "Holy crap! This is a lot of stuff. This is going to take half the show." But I didn't realize 4 pages. Now, mind you, I did make big font because I can't freaking see.
Yeah.
Still needed my glasses.
Still needed the glasses.
But I got to thinking about it and there was so much information. I'm going, oh yeah, what about this? What about this?
Yeah.
And that's where I started getting it. And there is another thing, and like you were saying about the list. Remember I told you make a list? Write a list down before you start of everything you need. All right? Then write a list of everything you want.
Yeah.
All right? Pack it, and what you can fit, what you need in there, does it match? And if it does, okay, make one list, all right? And then check mark everything you got as you got it.
Yep.
Now you get rid of both the other 2 lists, and you keep that one list, and just check it all off and make sure you have everything that you need.
There. Very good.
And it's a pretty cool thing. And you know what? If you don't know how to make a list or whatever, there's a couple of them online.
There you go.
So, and what is it? J&P Cycles?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? Yeah. I did get some information from them, and they actually have the list.
There you go. So with that, we'll talk about our events. We'll wrap up events, and we'll close the show out. So we'll hammer through these events real quick, and we'll call it a night.
Bam.
So like we've just been talking about with 1-3's tips on how to pack for a long ride. Leesburg Bike Fest is this weekend.
Awesome.
The 1-3 and the 1-4 are going to be at Leesburg this weekend on Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
Leesburg is obviously the 26th through the 28th, so it kicks off tomorrow.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff going on tonight. I think it was just just some
little stuff.
Yeah, minor things. Bobby and Ray are out there.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Leesburg's the 3-day motorcycle event, music event, packed into 30 blocks, 55 concerts, 200 vendors, bike shows, stunt shows, 8 venues, lots of fun. Vanilla Ice tomorrow at 9:30. Vince Neil Saturday at 10. And Uncle Cracker Sunday at 2:30. Something else we wanted to throw out there for everybody. Please go visit our friends Chuck and Deb from the Chuck and Deb Show at Stormy Hill Harley Davidson. They'll be there Saturday at 11 a.m. And they'll be there through Sunday 3 p.m. And Chuck and Deb, if you guys are still on, let me know if you guys are there 11 to 3 both days, or if it's 11 till whenever, and then 11 to 3. What is that? Oh, be careful with that now.
I want your background music.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
No, we're not. We'll end up getting in trouble. Trying
to shut this shit off.
So they'll be there Saturday through Sunday. Stormy Hill Harley Davidson at 2480 South Highway 27, Claremont, Florida, 34711. Stop by on your way or from Leesburg.
Yep.
Visit the Chuck and Deb show at Stormy Hill Harley Davidson. They're going to have some really cool giveaways. and they'll be looking forward to talking to you guys and hearing your guys' stories. Go check them out. We love them. They're great people.
I was just going to say, the 1-4 and I are going to try to make it there. I think we're going to go across to Claremont and then up.
Then up.
Makes a little longer ride.
It's a good ride,
but
though.
We'll go that way.
Yeah.
So look for us, Chuck, and hopefully we'll hit you at the right time. Yeah, let's see. Thanks for the plug. Thanks, guys. Way to go, 1-3. Yeah, I heard that, didn't you? Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, so since you guys are still on, I know you're there Saturday at 11. Is it Saturday 11 to 3, Sunday 11 to 3, or do I have that wrong?
We are there both days and the hours of the dealer.
Okay, so the hours of the dealership. So there you go.
All
so
right,
you guys
cool.
can check out Stormy Hill Harley Davidson online to get the office hours, so to speak. So there you go. All right, second event we're going to talk about is Bikers in Blue Poker Run. That is on the Sunday of Leesburg Bike Fest. We've been talking about all this stuff for the last couple of days, but that is at 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. So
I was going to try to make it back for that, but I don't think
it's a little tough.
Yeah, because I'm going to get up. I know I'm going to breakfast because my mom's going to want to go to breakfast. It's actually going to be kind of somber because it'll be our last
one, right?
hurrah up there in the Villages at her house because she purchased a house down here.
Gotcha.
And she'll be moving down here in a month or two, so that'll be one of those things.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, so Bikers in Blue, starting at Brandon Harley Davidson. It's supporting Camp Idlewild, special place for special kids. $10 to register, $5 for the first two hands, $5 for each additional hand. Free breakfast. It's a free continental breakfast at Camp Idlewild. Free hot dogs and hamburgers when you get back to Brandon Harley at Boots and Badges. Kickstands up at 9 a.m. Starts at Brandon Harley. Camp Idlewild is your second stop. Coney Island Drive-In at Brooksville is your third stop. In the Loop Brewing, number 4, and returns back to Brandon Harley.
It's going to be a good ride.
That'll be a fun ride. Bayport Inn Bike Night, Bayport Inn Bike Day. This is also Sunday, the 28th, from 2 to 6. You guys might be able to make that if you guys felt like it.
Yeah.
2-for-1 margaritas on the rocks. All you can eat fish, just $9.99. Tons of drink specials, including moonshine drinks and rum buckets. Hey, remember, 2 per wheel.
No, 1 per wheel.
Oh, 1 per wheel. No, 2 per wheel. All new bar menu and many items to choose from starting at $5.99. Live music from Southern Impact at the Waterside Patio. Come join us for a Sunday fun day you won't forget. You guys were just up there. What did you guys think of it?
We were there. We just went up there, what was it, Saturday or Sunday? I don't remember what day it was. But it was awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's a great place. It turns out I had been there before. I was up there with Jody Wise.
Okay.
Remember Jody?
Yeah.
You know Jody. So I was up there with him and Angela. It was an impromptu ride. Hey, you want to go to lunch? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the place is phenomenal. It's awesome. Right there on the water. It's, there's alligators out there. There's a bird called Charlie. Charlie's a big white heron. He likes to come around and eat food, and he will not move from you. He's pretty menacing looking. Yep.
There's another cool spot.
He knows his name.
Past that place on that road. If you keep going down, there's another restaurant down there. It's also really
down
cool.
at the end.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
That's cool. It's a good place, man. You got to go if you can. Check it out. Bayport's. What is it? It's a bike day.
Yeah, bike day.
I'm trying. It looked like it said birthday. I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, cool.
So there you go. The third thing we'll talk about is the Rutland Family Memorial Poker Run.
Yep.
This is going to be on the 4th of May from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be at Kelly's Hideaway, 1425 East U.S. Highway 92 in Seffner. As you guys might remember from us talking about this last week, on March 10th, Marcus Cody Rutland, nicknamed Yoda. I was going to say call sign Yoda. Nicknamed Yoda.
That's a pilot in you.
Yeah, and his fiancee Shelby Powell were in a motorcycle accident. Cody passed away, and his wife was critically injured. They also have a toddler named Amelia, who obviously his father has passed away now, and mother is still in the hospital. Shelby will need a lot of time and help to recover from her injuries. Proceeds of the event are going to go to her. Cody was the son of Pastor Mark Rutland of the Crossing Jordan Church on Orient Road in Tampa.
Wow.
Cody was also a youth minister. He loved riding his sport bike. He loved fishing, working as a bouncer at Cheers 54 in Zephyr Hills, as well as other places. So if you guys are going to be around May 4th from 10 to 10, go out and check those folks out over at Kelly's Hideaway. Poker run for a good cause. Help out some fallen riders.
Yeah.
And the last event we're going to talk about, and we wrap up the show for the night, is the 5 Bridge Poker Run put on by our good friends at Full Throttle. The event will be May 19th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's going to start at the Wing House Bar and Grill, 8001 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. This is going to hit basically every Wing House in the Tampa Bay area. Poker run crossing all the 5 major bridges that connect Tampa Bay: the Howard Franklin, Courtney Campbell, Bayside, Gandy, and the Skyway Bridge. Like I said, stopping at all the Wing Houses in the area. $20 gets you 3 hands and a free Full Throttle t-shirt. Registration starts at 11 a.m. Last bike out at 1 p.m. Rides ends at the Wing House in Ellington with special prizes, poker hand winners, and much more. If you need more information for that ride, call Full Throttle over at 727-935-4875. And just like that, we are through all of the events.
No, we're not.
Oh, no, we're not?
No.
What do you got?
Thunder Beach.
Oh, Thunder Beach. I don't know the dates on it.
Thunder Beach, May 1st to 5th.
So May 1st through the 5th, Thunder Beach, Panama City.
Yep. 2019. I don't know. There's not a lot going on that I can see on this. There is some entertainment going on here, but
I'll tell you, I've never been. My folks, my parents have been, and they said they had a blast. And it's one of those spots that should be good. All right, let's see.
I can't read it.
Thursday, May 2nd, the White Tie Rock Ensemble.
Whatever that is.
Friday, May 3rd, Colt Ford and the Lax. Saturday, the Josephines, Tyler Bryant, and the Shakedown. I don't even know what any of this. Do they have a main stage?
Yeah, that was all their stuff. It's just what they have going on.
So yeah, just some small bands, but yeah, I've heard really good things about Thunder Beach. Obviously, it didn't happen last year because of the hurricane. So this is the first one back after all after the hurricane. So
right, and I just wanted to bring it up because that's where I'm going next Thursday.
On your way up,
right? We're going to stop by there. Then we're going to do a covered bridge ride, which I will map out the covered bridge ride that we go on. Try to make it a loop. Try to see it and get you guys the information. Tell you what we did. Maybe you'll want to modify it, do it your way. There are a bunch of covered bridges in Georgia.
There you go.
There's a bunch of history up there. There's the oldest covered bridge in Georgia that you can still ride through.
Wow.
Yeah. Unrestored.
Oh. So
anyway, that is our show now.
So that is the show. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. A little long tonight, but that's all right. Like I said, we don't have anybody up against us, so we can go as long as you guys will sit there and listen
to us, man.
Run our mouths. So, note for the show next week because of the 1-3's ride. We will be on Wednesday
night,
and not Thursday. So look for us next week, Wednesday at 7 p.m. And
we'll have my buddy Paul with us.
We will have a guest in the bar with us. So
in the bar. So we'll either stand up or we'll sit down. Who knows what we'll do?
We'll see what happens. It was just fun to kind of just kick back and relax for the show tonight. Like I said, being under the weather, I just didn't feel like standing.
I kind of like this. Maybe we'll set something up so we can get this done a different way.
A little bit better than we.
Yeah, because my feet don't reach the ground.
You guys saw what we had set up here. It looks really good from
your
you guys looking in, but from us looking out, it's like holy shit, what's going on here? So, anyways, thank you so much for joining us. We really hope you guys enjoyed the show today. 20 episodes, we did it.
Thank you.
Here's to 20 more, 100 more, whatever it is.
Whatever it takes.
If you guys are at Leesburg Bike Fest this week, go check out my boy, the 1-3. I unfortunately won't be there. I'll be in Atlanta at a conference, unfortunately. So
that sucks.
So with that, guys, thank you for joining, and we'll let 1-3 sign off.
Rubber side down, keep your knees in the breeze.
Hey, and we'll keep it rocking, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.